Hi, and welcome to Healthy Living. I'm so excited. Every month we're going to be focusing on a physician. It's a great way to get to know them. And I can't think of a better way to start than with a radiologist. Who happens to be my son, Dr. Brandon Runyan. Thank you for joining us today.
It's nice to be here.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's great. You've been here with Hilton Head Regional Healthcare now for how long?
1 year.
1 year. Coming from where?
Coming from Florida.
Okay.
Daytona Beach area.
Talk to us a little bit about your background. It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
Started growing up here, and then went to Miami University of Ohio for undergraduate, following another family tradition.
Yes.
And then went to MUSC for medical school in Charleston. Stayed on the East Coast for residency at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, and then did a departure for 1 year at Wisconsin for a special fellowship in radiology for musculoskeletal fellowship.
And I have to laugh at that because I do remember getting a call from Brandon, having been raised in the South, saying, I'm in Wisconsin and we're ice fishing, and we all had to go buy jackets because we don't really have them.
Yeah, that's right. We had to go take the whole family into REI and get some jackets just for that 1 year in Wisconsin.
It's exactly.
So.
And then you went back down to Florida.
That's right. And I was in practice in Florida for 9 years.
Do you have a specialty, or what are your specific interests?
Yeah, so my specialty by fellowship training is in musculoskeletal interventional radiology. And then my specialty in practice has been a combination of bone and breast radiology. So I've done a lot of breast radiology in my 9 years in Florida.
So we are here now at Coastal Carolina University, Coastal Carolina Hospital, part of the Hilton Head Regional Healthcare System. What are some of the things that you all do here?
Well, Coastal Carolina does a lot of unique things, in my opinion. So they do have a very high-end urology practice. So they're able to do prostate MRI. And with prostate MRI, work with the urologist so that the urologist can localize very small lesions, specific lesions in the prostate, to increase the accuracy of prostate cancer diagnosis, which is a very unique procedure. They also have advanced robotics techniques.
What does that mean?
Well, the robotic technology in the OR allows them to do minimally invasive procedures.
So that's a good thing.
It's a great thing, and it really, the pool of surgeons here and the team of physicians is really uniquely qualified for such a small hospital to do advanced procedures.
And you have a new MRI machine too.
That's right. So we just, on the radiology side, we just installed a new 3 Tesla magnet, which is a high-end magnet at the Bluffton Medical Center, which is affiliated with the hospital. And
so what does that allow the patient to experience, and also the physician?
So the advantage of the 3 Tesla magnet is that you're able to do much more sophisticated imaging of small parts. Especially prostate imaging is more advanced, brain imaging, spine imaging is more advanced, so you get a lot more detail. 3 Tesla is important for musculoskeletal applications, looking at bone and joints. It has a lot of advantages over the 1.5 Tesla magnet.
You enjoy what you're doing, don't you?
I do, yes.
Do you get to travel to some different sites? Because I know you were down at in Hilton Head. You've been at the Bluffton Oakatee Center here.
That's right. So just this week I've been at the Hilton Head Hospital, Bluffton Medical Center, and Coastal Carolina Hospital, and I rotate between the 3 sites quite regularly.
It's so much fun to interview you. Is it awkward? Does it feel fun?
Well, you know a lot about me, so that could go either way.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yes, this is true. He has 4 children, I can say that. So what's a typical day for you? Or is there one?
Really no typical day. I mean, there's one thing about where I am right now, every day is unique. I do have teaching responsibilities also, so I do have residents at another hospital where I work.
Okay.
So I have opportunities to teach. I get to do a lot of bone and joint work. I get to do a lot of breast work, but no 2 days are the same. It's really a little bit of everything. One
of the things that we've been impressed with is the caliber and quality of physicians, and you've stated that too. It's really kind of exciting to know that you don't really have to go away to get top-notch service and top-notch care.
I'd say that the Hilton Head and Bluffton market is very unique insofar as there are very highly qualified people here. For relatively small facilities, it's a very high level of specialization.
Well, again, Dr. Brandon Runyan, thank you for joining us. Stay with us. Well, we're back here again. We're with Dr. Brandon Runyan, and he's a radiologist. He also happens to be my son. And we thought it would really be interesting to kind of come into the office and take a look at what you're really doing. Now, of course, this is a simulation, if you will, because usually the light's not on, and it's a pretty dark experience when you're in here reading. What are we looking at, and what are we reading here?
So I'm looking at a prostate MRI.
Okay.
So the prostate MRI is a technique that we do at Coastal, and we use it in conjunction with the urologist, with the goal being that we're looking for clinically significant cancers.
And what does that mean, clinically significant?
It's a cancer with a higher risk of causing a problem to the patient's health.
Okay.
So one of the differentiations between modern practice versus, I think, older practice is now we're really trying to tease out the specific prostate cancers that are more likely to cause harm to the patient over the long term.
And is this an MRI?
That's right. So we use MRI techniques to better image and really tailor the imaging just for the prostate gland.
Okay.
Using more sophisticated computing technology, the MRI is able to tease out areas of the prostate that are of higher concern.
How does the MRI work? I know that when we were talking initially, it was, shall we go into the actual MRI and take a look? But because of the strong magnetic field, you were like, it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, so the way that MRI works, it's a very strong magnetic field.
Okay.
And it tricks all the protons in the body, all the water molecules, into spinning in the same direction. And that's so it's a physics principle.
Okay.
And then using different pulse sequences, it causes a release of those protons. And when they release, they emit a little signal. And then we have a coil, which is like an antenna, and it listens to those signals. So I like to think of it as the magnet is like letting the water molecules of the body kind of make the music.
Okay.
And we kind of tease out what that music is, and the computers create images from those sounds, the water molecules of the body.
Wow, it's pretty, and this machine you all have here is pretty sophisticated. It's
Yeah, so well the machine that we have here is a 1.5 Tesla, but it's a very good magnet. It's a solid magnet. It has a lot of good computing technology on it that increases the sophistication of the work. The 3 Tesla magnet that we have at Hilton Hospital and at the Bluffton Medical Center are both kind of top of the line as far as the field strength of the magnets.
oh wow.
But there is really the field strength of the magnet is one part of the story. The computing technology is the other side of it.
How is a CT scan different than a magnet? Obviously they're very different, but how does one determine which one to use?
So they're complementary tools. So
Okay.
both offer different sets of information, and a lot of times we use those sets of information in a complementary fashion.
We were in the fluoroscopy room first. Again, I didn't realize that things are often sequential. You start with one in order to.
That's correct, yeah. So a lot of times things start with simple, lower cost technology, and then as the questions get better, we require more sophisticated techniques to answer those questions.
It's really fascinating. It is. We're going to go take a walk. I want to see some of the areas that you live in and work in.
All right, sounds good.
You know, Brandon, we were in looking at the x-rays that you're doing. Well, that was an MRI scan, correct?
That was an MRI scan.
One of the things I want to ask you about, and you and I talk about all the time, are screenings. What are screenings? And you were telling me about a new lung cancer screening that you have here.
That's right. So screening is when you're looking for asymptomatic disease. So
Okay.
basically disease that's causing no problems and you're just trying to find the cancer. So one thing that radiology has been doing and developing more is a low-dose screening protocol for lung cancer.
Okay.
So for lung cancer specifically, there is a lot of opportunity with screening to try to find those cancers early, because early detection really does help treat the disease. It makes it a much more manageable disease.
Is there a criteria for who would be a good candidate for the screening?
That is to be discussed with the primary care doctor.
Okay.
But typically people with multiple pack years history of smoking.
Okay, that makes sense.
And people at certain ages benefit much more than others. So those are the things that can be discussed with the doctor as far as low-dose screening protocol.
I mean, that's huge. That's a new screening technique for you all, correct?
It's becoming much more common in the community.
Okay.
It has been around for about 5 or 6 years overall, but it's much more accepted practice that people who are at risk for lung cancer would benefit from CT screening.
And what about breast cancer screening? Is that still a huge component piece of what you all do here?
Breast cancer screening is still a very important piece of our practice here, really our practice everywhere. So breast cancer screening is still a very important tool.
Let's shift. We've got about a minute left, and I have to get the fun stuff in too. When you're not working, which is a lot, I do know that, tell me a little bit about your family and what you all do for fun.
Okay, so yeah, my family, I have 4 kids.
Yes, you do.
A beautiful wife, and we kids. We play a lot. We we go to your house quite a bit. Yeah.
You take advantage of Hilton Head, that's for sure, and you're out in Rose Hill.
That's right.
So there's a lot of outdoor activities.
There's a lot of outdoor activities. Yeah. we toot around the golf cart in Rose Hill, and Ronan plays tennis at the Rose Hill Tennis Center. And, so we all have a good time, and Isla just started getting into horses, and so everybody has things.
Has their thing. And he's a CrossFitter, I will say that. So you can talk to him at dark 100 hours any morning, and he'll be like, oh, geez.
I do CrossFit, yeah.
Which is a lot of fun. Thank you. I know this is it's got to be a little weird, right? But it's kind of cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay with us. There's more to come here on Healthy Living.